Thank you very much for staying with us. Now let's get straight into our conversation for tonight. Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, has reaffirmed that President Bola Tinubu is stabilizing the economy through bold socioeconomic reforms aimed at revitalizing critical sectors, reducing poverty and restoring public confidence. He says the administration would focus on major infrastructural projects this year to stimulate growth and job creation. The minister acknowledged the rise in inflation, assuring Nigerians that the federal government is working to make food affordable and available. In another development, Minister of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy, Dr. Bosun Tijani, has reiterated the president's plans to build a $1 trillion economy with a 21% increase in gross domestic product through reforms by his ministry. So tonight, let's speak with Honorable BC Yusuf, former chairman Ayoboy Paja LCDA, and is also former member Lagos State House of Assembly, as we take another look at President Bola Tinubu's economic policies and development initiatives. Good evening to you, Honorable. Thank you very much for coming on Politics Tonight. It's good to see you.
Thank you very much. Good evening.
Good evening to you.
Okay.
So let's start by highlighting the key policies of this administration. We talk about fuel subsidy removal and floating of the naira, which the president has said has shown some confidence and promised that the economy would get better. On the other hand, the president is saying he's ready to solve the challenges and the myriad of problems facing the nation. How hopeful should Nigerians be on this?
Thank you very much. Good evening, Nigeria. Before I dive into that, we should know who President Bola Tinubu is. We must know his past, because it's only when you judge about the past that you'll be able to build on the present, and you also futureize what is coming in the near future. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as I know him, highly determined person, highly focused, a lion in his doing, very intelligent, and he has performed credibly well in Lagos State. Because if you want to tell me who somebody is, tell me his past activities. When he was a governor of Lagos State, that very period, Lagos was not Lagos. Lagos was one of the dirtiest cities in the world. And in terms of criminal activities, it came in at that very period. It came in, and there was a lot of abuses, a lot of isolations. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, what did he do? He assembled intellectual giants in Nigeria, moved to Eyigbeti, formulated policies that will be self-tested, that will be enduring, that will have future legacy. Eyigbeti blueprint was the one used to transform Lagos State as what it is today. And I can tell you presently that if successful governor for 25 years, they cannot finish the blueprint of Eyigbeti.
Interesting.
Very well. And even to take one of it, where we are sitting today, Eco-Atlantic, is one of the policies of this man.
All right. So, Honorable, is now president. So I want you to talk about his policies and how Nigerians have reacted to this.
Definitely, when you want, I know what I'm talking about. I'm laying the premises. I'm laying the foundation. I want you to know when I'm talking about his policies, because Bola Tinubu is not a cosmetic change man. He's a man that believes in fundamental changes. He's a man that has very determined mind, and he wants to make sure that Nigeria enjoy like all other nations in the world. First, when he came in, what did he do? First, he removed the oil subsidies. And it generated a lot of controversies. But today, we can see the manifestation of what he did. Before, just take December for instance. Every December in Nigeria is a scarcity of fuel. People will be sleeping in the petrol stations. But this past December, you move into petrol station and come out. Now the
They're
price,
very expensive.
Yes, the price of is expensive. There is nothing good that it will not be very expensive. So he moved in and stabilized the price, and you can see that the price is falling now. Now before he became the president, I told people that when Bola Tinubu moved in, there are certain things he will not fail to do. And the first thing he did was to remove this or surface this. And there, you can see what he's doing now. The Port Harcourt refinery, people wrote it off, that it could never work in life. But today, we are enjoying it. Warri refinery is producing now. Kaduna refinery will soon come into operation. Dangote is producing. This oil is now, before you know it, the oil sector will become like the communication business that MTN.
All right. So, Honorable, if you're to evaluate the way the president has handled reactions from Nigerians as a result of, the ripple effect of removing fuel subsidy, how would you say the president has handled that?
Look, when you are determined, people criticize you. Please act like a dog with a bone. But the bone normally distracts the dog. The dog wants to gather the memento and it drops the bone. So when you are criticizing, please, when you have a focus, please don't base on the criticism. Know what is good. And that is the Bola Tinubu for you. It's determined. Its criticism is good, because if you don't criticize, some aspects of policies may not be okay. Then you adjust. But you should not make that one to be the vote of contention. Focus on where you are going. At the end of the tunnel, there is going to be
all right, because
light.
Economic experts will always say the need to diversify the economy, reduce the cost of governance, and also improve revenue generation are pernicious towards economic development. How much concentration would you say the federal government is paying to these different segments of reviving the economy?
Oh, thank you. We are talking about energy. You can say even electricity today, no matter what people will say, we are still enjoying electricity today, though it's expensive. The expensive.
And Nigerians are the ones suffering for it.
Nigeria are suffering for it.
Poor Nigerians, to be very specific.
Later, there is you don't have better thing, and you do not pay for it. Better thing, even in freedom, in Freetown, there is nothing free in Freetown. So once you want something very good, definitely you have to pay for it. I'm not saying that Nigeria are not suffering now, but when he came in, he met the economy in shambles, and the economy needs surgical operation. So what Bola Tinubu is doing now is to make surgical operation for the economy of Nigeria. And when you are performing operation, you know you have to feel pain. But after the pain, there is going to be comfort.
So Nigerians are saying how soon? Because the president continues to say, please have patience with me. You have also sat here to say later there would be some relief. Nigerians are saying how soon?
We have started enjoying it. We have started enjoying it before. It was so hard. But today, we have seen the manifestations of some of the policies, and it's yielding fruit. Like today, before, you can say the price of tomato, onion, and the rest of it in the market. But today it's dropping. The thing is dropping due to the concentration on the boosting of agricultural products in Nigeria. It's coming down. So then look at investment on infrastructure. That is a great thing. Right away from Sokoto to Badagry, from Lagos to Calabar, that's huge investment. And very soon, you will see. The huge of the multiplier effect of that policy alone, Nigeria will be laughing. Because it will attract foreign investors. You can imagine how many new towns and cities that will grow up from here to Calabar and from Sokoto to Badagry. Then what of security? That is one, the bottleneck of security now. Those will be eliminated by that first time. So Nigeria are trying. Before he came in, you can say score of deaths, bandits and the rest of it. They are reducing today. We are getting used to normal life. We were living borrowed life before. We were living what we call forced life before. But the reality is with us now. Manage what you have. So definitely that is what. Before, you will see people going on the street. When they see their friend, they will park the car and start the car will be running and they will be discussing. But today, it's no more like that very well. So if you are concentrating on what, if you don't need anything, you don't buy it now. If you are not going to a very important place, you just remain where you are.
So that's you talking about the cost of governance. How well would you say the president has fared in that regard? Because Nigerians continue to ask the president to address the lavish lifestyles of politicians, both appointed and elected. How well would you say the president has fared in that regard?
Thank you. Of recent, I heard the president saying that reducing the entourage, that's part of cutting down the expenses on the government. And if you know it, if you are not any ministry that is not viable today, they are going for it. So the reduction in either the politicians and the appointed or elected officers, people will criticize that, but we are running presidential system, and the cost of presidential system we know is very costly, and we have to.
Or because we made it so.
No. Even in America, they have just sworn in Donald Trump. You can see how much dollar that went in that swearing. You understand?
I do.
It's just because if our economy gear up now, definitely people will not talk like this. What the focus now is that how the economy will grow. So once you become a very comfortable person, then you will not be looking at the other person, what they are doing. But I know that Nigeria presently, they are feeling the pain, but like I normally say that very soon it will be okay.
So you do not think we should go back to parliamentary system of government?
No. Okay. I don't buy that idea.
All right.
Presidential system is still okay for Nigeria. Very, very much okay for
You've
Nigeria.
talked about infrastructure, and I'd like us to also talk about infrastructure deficits and how much or how well we've bridged that gap. But before then, talking about foreign direct investments, you and I know this plays a vital role in the economic development of any nation. In Nigeria, for instance, FDI has been one of the essential sources of capital for economic growth, job creation, even security and infrastructure. How well have we done?
Well, see, you can see the president of Federal Republic of Nigeria. You can see how he's traveling here and there, meeting the investors, interacting with them, encouraging them to come to Nigeria. What the investors were afraid before was the issue of kidnapping, banditry, all these Boko Haram and the rest of it. But today we are investing seriously on our security personnel. So they are tackling this. And the president is using the opportunity of reduction in the kidnapping and the rest of insecurity in the country, talking to these people. For instance, look at Lagos State, see what we are doing in Lagos State. Now, Lagos State, economy of Lagos State is bigger than, is in fact, more than 5 countries in West Africa. And the 5th largest economy in Africa. It's because of our investment on the security. So, because of that now, people are moving in. People are definitely moving in. And Bola Tinubu is such a person that think fast. When Econet first came, he invested only 4 billion. And within a very short time, he sold it off. We gained almost 15 billion. That's a huge amount of money. And that's exactly what he's doing now.
Yeah. So you think this is yielding the desired results?
Definitely, yes. Definitely, yes. Right. Definitely, yes.
You know, one key message of the president to foreign investors is that Nigeria is safe and truly open for business. How favorable will you describe the business environment in Nigeria since Bola Tinubu assumed office?
That's a good question. You see, the moment you believe as a marketer, you should allow people to accept you before they accept your product. Okay. Bola Tinubu is selling the image of Nigeria to the foreigners. And definitely with what is going on now in Nigeria, the investors are having confidence. Really, the way you talk to them, the approach to most of these investors, you went to Saudi Arabia, all these OAU something people. So they are making very frantic effort to come to Nigeria now because they know that there is a reduction and Nigeria is investing seriously on security. So when they come, definitely. And part of it is now, is this the tax reform that is introducing now. You know, it will favor the foreigner. It will favor the investors. It will favor them very well when it's fully implemented. Reduction in all the tendencies of profit and tax all day for all these encouragement for them. Right. They will definitely come.
Honorable, state governors have been accused of not doing enough for their citizens, and this is putting so much pressure on the federal government. Do you share the sentiment?
I won't deceive you.
Okay.
I'm a very blunt person in that. Definitely, yes. Not even state government alone. Not state government alone. We should start from local government. The local government are nearest to the people. Once they complement the effort of the federal government, federal government will be relieved of most of the burden. And they are having enough funds. So they should be very accountable and they should perform. They should take the interest of their citizens into the heart. They should work. They should work. I believe in that very statement. I believe seriously in it.
All right, Honorable, sadly we're out of time, but in 2 minutes or less than 2 minutes, I want you to talk to us about the responsibility President Bola Tinubu gave you in Alimosho.
Thank you very much. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you know, Alimosho happened to be a very valuable constituency in Nigeria, the most populous constituency in Nigeria, and most politically sophisticated constituency in Nigeria.
Interesting.
The Alimosho local government determined the fate of any election in Nigeria. But something happened. We crumbled. The center could not hold again. Everything went astray. We failed woefully to deliver 2023 elections. It was a very painful gap. Bola Ahmed Tinubu invested seriously in bringing Alimosho to what it is today. And failure in elections will not be the one to repay him. And as a result of that, now the assignment given to me is to rebuild the confidence he had in us. And that's what I'm doing now, seriously. That Alimosho should regain past glory. So
what kind of engagement are you having with your people?
Every day now, my office has been turned to Mecca. We are engaged people right away from all segments of the society. The League of Imam, the Khan, Iyaloja, Babaloja, artisans, CDC, CDA, and we did one very massive rally meeting for Alimosho that we have never had that kind of a thing before. I've been talking to warring factions so that we can unite. And division will not allow us to be focused. So, but now that I'm on the aim of affair, by the special grace of God, we will regain.
So you're telling the president you're capable of delivering
by the special grace of God. Right. I even promised Mr. President that coming 2027, by that very time, Nigeria will be begging Mr. President to come back.
All right.
But Alimosho as a whole, we will not give him less than 1 million votes.
All right, we look forward to that, and I wish you the very best, Honorable. Thank you so much for joining us on Politics Tonight. Honorable B.C. Yusuf, former chairman, Ayoboy Kwaja, LCDA, former member, Lagos State House of Assembly. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
And thank you very much for watching, everyone. That marks the end of today's episode of Politics Tonight. But you can watch the repeat broadcast of this episode at midnight. Get in touch with us on our social media handles, Facebook, Instagram, and X at TVC News and at Olajumoke using the hashtag Politics Tonight. We're also on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I'm Olajumoke Olatunji. I'll see you again tomorrow.